Today I'm joined by my friend, a very good friend, Ray.
Right.
Ray, and we'll be talking about the male perspective of depression and mental health. Yeah, so I believe the male perspective especially is something that needs to be had
Yeah.
more because it's overlooked because like people mostly not to be not to be to be who? I don't know, not to, I don't have a word to describe it, but like we have based so much of the mental health on children and the female gender, so we need to talk about the men too. So right,
Yeah.
yes, you
Yeah.
take.
So yeah, I'm Ray, and I'm the guest for today. And I'll be taking you through the male perspective of depression from my opinion and from my past experiences. Yeah. So it may not be like from a professional point of view, but at least it's from a male point of view, and it's something that other males will relate to some extent. So, in my opinion, the definition of depression in men, it's always been there. It's always been there throughout history. It's just that, like, men have not been able to show their emotions and have not been able to air out their grievances throughout history. They've always been told that you're a man, you should deal with your issues, you shouldn't be able to show your emotions. That's not being a man. Like, that's the label that they've given. So once you start having that mentality of being a man and withholding your emotions, you bottle up so many things, so that you find that in most of the diseases, like you find cancer, ulcers,
High blood pressure.
high blood pressure, hypertension, most of them come, like for men, they come so early because of withholding their emotions and not being able to air out their grievances.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I once told you guys, like bottling up your feelings, it tends to mess up with your health, and it kinds of like just messes you up internally, physically, mentally, and emotionally. So yeah. So how would you describe the male perspective of depression?
The male perspective of depression. The male perspective of depression, it may not seem like, men have a very good way of hiding their emotions. So you may not know that a man is depressed. So he may be depressed and like still put up a brave face and say that I'm cool, like I'm not I'm not going through anything right now, I'm okay. But someone may be going through some depression. Yeah, and depression may come in very many forms. Like since they are different personalities, they may come in different forms. Like for some men, it may be closing out themselves from society and not being able to share, like not being able to communicate with others and keeping to themselves. That's one perspective. And another perspective is lashing out. Like when someone is depressed, he starts seeing everything in the negative point of view. Like he sees everything. He doesn't see anything that makes him happy. He's like, someone's happy. Why is he happy? Why is he? What's the cause of his happiness? And why am I not the one who is in his position? So he starts lashing out and becomes very aggressive, very angry. Yeah. So there are so many different points of depression. So, in my perspective, my form of depression would be closing myself from society, like not talking to people. Yeah, just pretending that everything is okay, but it's not okay. When someone asks me, "How are you? How are you doing?" I'm just like, "I'm okay. Things are good," but in real sense, things are not good, and I'm suffering, and I don't have an outlet because people judge also. People judge, especially for men. They judge a lot. So when you're a man and you tell someone that, hey, I have an issue somewhere, I have to talk to you about something, they're like, you're a yeah, you're a man. Yeah, let's go drink it out. Or like, you're a man, you should overcome this. So, it's a small issue. Like and also one thing that people don't understand is that it doesn't take a lot for depression to occur. It's the tiniest of things that can cause depression. You never know. Like someone may losing a close person may cause depression. Losing losing
Losing whatsoever.
yeah, just
Anything
loss
important.
loss
Yeah,
just
any
loss
form of
loss in
loss.
general.
Yeah.
Loss in general may cause depression. Yeah, because once you lose something that you've invested so much of your time and emotions in, it's like taking a piece of you away.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you start feeling like you're not enough, and that's where the sense of depression starts to come in.
The moment you don't feel like enough.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the triggers for the male perspective of depression.
So depression in men can be caused by so many issues. Like one of the like let's say in general, it's loss. Like loss of a loved one. Yeah, loss of a relationship. Yeah, loss in a relationship, not over in a relationship, and
Also loss of a relationship
yeah,
tends to make, and actually on the Kenyan nafichanga the most.
yeah,
You don't show like, yo, I broke up with this guy and he knew me. In the actual sense, it's actually paining you, right?
there's this phrase uko na umama. Yeah, there's this phrase uko na umama. That's when a man starts showing off his emotions or his softer side. They just start saying, oh bro uko na umama, acha mchezo. Like, so even a guy can't tell his friend or another person that, hey, as I broke up with my girlfriend and I feel so sad. They'll be like, nimeshaachana na yule ngeusa, kuna story ingine. Yeah.
Gangster points itapungua.
Like they're trying to show a brave face that they've overcome it. They're a man. They can go to the next relationship without getting hurt. Like they're bulletproof. That's the kind of front they're trying to show. But it's all a lie. Once someone loses a relationship, it's a very huge deal. It's a very big deal. So one thing I would advise, when you see a male friend who's lost a girlfriend or who's broken up with his girlfriend, you should just reach out to him and ask him if he's okay. And obviously, you say he's okay, but just tell him that if he feels like talking, you are available.
And it's okay not to be okay.
Yeah, and it's okay. It's okay to feel bad after losing someone. Yeah, that's one thing that we should be spreading. That's that awareness that it's okay to feel bad after losing,
A girlfriend,
especially for
a friend.
yeah, and another for football fans.
My people for my new.
Yeah, football fans, losing a match shouldn't cause depression.
Yeah.
It can cause depression, but you can talk to someone about it. You can just say that.
Excess banana.
Yeah, you can just feel bad, but you just feel bad and cry about it.
No.
You can just feel bad and cry about it, but then you move on, and there are wins and there are losses. And one other thing is that loss in general, that's a major thing for causing depression in man. And another thing, lack of support in general.
Like support from people around you. I feel like men, they feel like they don't have support from the people around them. You see, since you are the man, you should. They feel like you are the one who's supposed to be supporting other people, not the other way around. You get.
You should have control of every situation.
But it's okay to lose control once in a while. It's okay to like not be at that particular point of your life where everything is okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's totally fine.
No one has it figured out. No one has everything figured out. Yeah.
Even the most oldest person.
Yeah.
Bado kuna vitu zenye bado hajafigure out. Yes. So, how would you advise men when it comes to depression? Like, what would be your best advice?
One thing that I would advise is to cherish their wins. Like, since the losses cause so much depression, you should cherish the wins. Like, any small win that you have, you should appreciate it. Like, let's say you've set a task for yourself to do something in a day. It might be even the smallest task. It may even be washing your clothes. As long as you've accomplished that task, you should appreciate it and you should
Even
enjoy
waking
it.
up. Even just waking up. Me,
Yeah.
me usually love saying this. Even umeamka, that's enough,
And
man.
pray to whatever religion you're in.
Pray.
Yeah, you should just appreciate the gift of life. Whatever religion you're in, it doesn't matter what type of entity you're worshipping. Yeah, you should always appreciate the gift of life, because that's what keeps us moving. The anticipation of going forward to the next day and getting things done and appreciating the future. Yeah.
So, I feel like the society affects the male depression and mental health wise. Like, so how would you tell, or what would you tell the society so that they can be able to help, like, the men in our society, so that they don't feel like you have this all to yourself?
One thing that I would advise the people in the society is to reach out and to, when you see someone whose behaviors have changed all of a sudden, it doesn't matter whatever has caused the behavior change. You should just reach out and ask if he's okay and lend a helping hand. Some men are just waiting for that person. Yeah, that person who will ask, hey, are you okay? What's up? Are you doing good? Yeah. Some men are just waiting for that. And another thing is that judgment should stop.
Stop, man.
You should stop. People should stop judging others, because no one is 100% perfect. No one is 100% perfect. So you shouldn't judge other people based on their flaws or based on mistakes that they make, because everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone has flaws. Everyone goes through so many things. So you shouldn't be in a point where you should be judging others.
Like, yo, why did you do that?
Yeah.
What made you do that? You see, when you judge a person, you make them feel even worse than they were feeling at that particular time. And judging a person pushes them to the edge, you see. It's like, yani, ako hapa. Na wewe unakuja unakuja na mbona ulifanya hivyo? Nini ulifanya hivyo? And then you see, so like, so you see, like, you shouldn't judge people, and also like check up on people, because you see, yani msee anaweza akakuwa hapo amekaa kwa nyumba yake, he's going through shit. Just text them and be like, yo, I was thinking about you and I just want to tell you, like, I love you, my nigga. You see, hata kama ni brother yako, ni babako, ni rafiki yako, whosoever.
One other thing is, when someone who's depressed, a man who's depressed, finally decides to reach out, don't be in a position to start mocking them or judging them or putting them in a situation where they feel so much worse than they already are. That's the problem that we have right now. A man may be depressed and then he reaches out to his friend. He's like, hey, yo, as I'm going through some shit here, kuna kitu yenye poa kwa maisha yangu. And then the response they get is like, we maze, even ndo venye it is what it is. So we deal tunayo shit yako maze. Alafu another thing is, they'll be telling you, kwani wewe na hiyo shida yako, you think you're the only one going through a problem. People have other problems. No, you shouldn't be responding that way.
Never.
You shouldn't be responding that way. Yeah, so that's my take on how the society should be dealing with the depression in the male gender. And
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all we have for today on the male perspective of depression, and I hope you guys can help each other out now that you've watched this video. And lastly, I want to ask you guys to request you guys to help us since on Saturday we'll be having a charity drive
Yeah.
to Orongo, and those people of Orongo have been affected by floods, so they have camped out at Orongo Secondary School, and they kind of need your help right now. So please, you can make donations. I'll put for you guys a till number where you can send the money, and if you're able to come, it would be great to come and like support them.
With whatever you have.
Yeah, you can bring blankets, clothes, shoes, food stuff, whatever you can get, just come with it. We'll totally appreciate.
Yeah.
Thank you, and God bless you guys. Love you.